This here is Metro. They start off by quoting Johnny Depp. If Hollywood execs weren't worried I wasn't doing my job, let's see what we got. Last time Johnny Depp sat in the director's chair, he was in his early 30s. He'd never made a Pirates of the Caribbean movie and was dating Kate Moss. Interesting. We know The Brave from 1997, Johnny directed it. Speaking to Metro at the Red Sea Film Festival in Jeddah, Johnny looked like a mix of Keith Richards and Jack Sparrow. His fingers were covered in rings, his arms and chest bearing tattoos like war paint, his face half hidden by a wide-brimmed hat. Exactly like Camila Vasquez said in court, he always has those rings on. You might imagine that the subject of his new movie, the famed Italian painter and sculptor, might well approve of this rebel rouser bringing his life to the screen. So why direct now? I asked myself too. Why now? He grunted. The answer is simple: Al Pacino. Right, like Johnny said, he couldn't say no to Al Pacino, and why would you? They quote him saying that Al Pacino was his influence to make Modi. We kind of knew that though. And this article is from about a day ago, so not reading an old article here. They say Pacino said that the actor they hired for Modigliani understood him. They say Johnny knew he couldn't play Modigliani because he's too old. All right, sure. And then they quote Johnny. There was something beautifully, poetically, kind of savage in him, a straight shooter, not full of shit, pardon my language. I saw something in his eyes. You can't help but see something in his eyes. Ricardo to me is like a young Brando, young Pacino, young Chris Walken. Interesting. So basically this guy, Sammartino, plays Modigliani. He said he was at a gas station when he got a call from Johnny on FaceTime, and he had to call Johnny back, and Johnny saw the gas station or something like that. All right. Thank you for the details, guys. He said when he talked to Johnny, he felt pressure like a huge mountain on his shoulder. I guess I could imagine. Kind of. Not really. I'll have to try it. He compared it to taking a penalty in a football in the last minute. I know I'll make the goal, he cried. It didn't help that Depp completely rewrote their scene at the last minute with phrases like more dialogue to come scrolled across the pages. And then this actor here compares taking a penalty in football in the last minute to making the scenes. Like Johnny would keep adding dialogue. And he said this, which is kind of interesting. He knocked on Al Pacino's trailer door, I guess asking for help, and Pacino said, "Hey kid, I don't know what to say. You're not even English. You're fucking Italian." Okay? They've got more about how Johnny feels about Hollywood, that he said it's ultimately limiting, especially creatively. He doesn't want to exist within structures. I always agree with Johnny on this stuff. I think it's a great thing. It also fits the theme this channel used to be when it first started. And they quote Johnny one more time. It's actually very freeing to be actually involved from the very beginning of a project to develop that project that wouldn't necessarily get made in Hollywood. Because at this point, I'm not going to go in and do a tap dance for anybody. So it was a learning experience. He grinned. All right. Sounds interesting. Couple of things here I can't recall reading before. Pretty good article, by the way, from Metro. Pretty positive on Johnny. Let me know what you think in the comments. If you're following me, been a little busy, couple less uploads, but I'm going to try to catch up this week. And if you don't subscribe here, I'll be sad, but I'll get over it. See you next time.